Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a saga, to say the least, to start this month of March. You know, it's my birthday month. And in your birthday month, you're supposed to be excited. It's supposed to be positive. It's supposed to have, happy things, exciting things to talk about. And yet, between the Paragon daily special changes that have come out of nowhere and were met with zero announcement for a couple of days, and I think, let's be honest, the more pressing point, which is how many fraudulent Legends titles there are right now, and how many people are successfully going around Kabam's detection system and making a mockery of it through room 25 of threat level 6. And look, I know several people who I trust who did not mod and got the Legend title. And the average amount of units that I know was spent was about 1,500. One of the guys that I talked to last night, he went against some impossible node combinations, tried to reset them a couple times. Obviously didn't work. And so he ended up spending about 3,000 units. Which, if you don't have units, and you're spending cash to add units to your stash, that really sucks. And so for somebody to spend 1,500 units or 3,000 units fairly, and then they see that somebody's just cheating their way through it, it's not only demoralizing, it's infuriating and makes people less likely to spend, which for Kabam should be a huge concern. So with that being said, Kabam knows it's a huge concern about the issue regarding Thronebreaker stamp card selectors not being available for Paragon players, which also, the Paragon stamp now has an image. It's green. Interesting. Green because they want your money. But while we sort out all that there is to sort out, we do have some potential good news from Kabam Mike himself. Kabam dropped the mic. He says, "Hey all, thank you for your patience as we work to get our information together. First, there are Paragon stamps in the new Paragon Daily Deal. They are not currently visible, but we are working to resolve that." And I did prove when I bought the Daily Special this morning / this afternoon, depending on what time you viewed the video, that that was the case. Now to address this issue. It looks like we is it depreciated, or he says it's deprecated? Looks like we deprecated the old Paragon selector earlier than we should have. Yes, you definitely did. To clarify something, there were no Paragon stamps before this. Right. Paragon players were able to use Thronebreaker stamps to purchase a Paragon selector. So no stamps have been lost. They are still on your accounts. Yeah, but they didn't switch. That was what started this whole problem in the first place. This change has left some Paragon summoners with excess tickets that they can't spend or don't want to spend on Thronebreaker selectors, which also is a problem because there are no Thronebreaker selectors visible in these accounts right now. To address these issues, we're going to do the following. Re-release the old Paragon selector so players can use those excess Thronebreaker stamps. This will only be available to Paragon summoners and will be available for a limited time. I do not have the ETA for this at this time. Let Paragons exchange up to 7 Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps. That's genius. Although, I don't know, some people I'm sure have more than 7. But we'll do this by adding an exchange item in the store with a purchase limit of 7 that lets you purchase 1 Paragon stamp for the cost of 1 Thronebreaker stamp. This will also be available for a limited time, and he also does not have an ETA for this at this time. Sorry for all the confusion. We'll let you know as soon as we have more concrete timelines. Okay, that solves some of the issue. But going back to the game screen for this final discussion, I can purchase right now on this account Thronebreaker daily specials with Thronebreaker stamps. But I cannot, at the time of recording this, see a Thronebreaker stamp card selector. So I can save up all the Thronebreaker stamps I want. But what am I going to do with them? They won't turn to Paragon stamps, right? But here's where it gets smart. Assuming Kabam Mike is telling the truth, what you could do right now is buy the Thronebreaker Daily Special. Save up 7 stamps. So let's say you buy all of Thronebreaker Daily Specials from Monday through Sunday this week. Stop at 7. So if you already have 7 Thronebreaker stamps, don't listen to this advice. It's bad advice. But if you're like me and you've got 0, we're going to bring back the forum post for the final time. Save up 7 stamps, and then it says let Paragons exchange up to 7 Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps. So you're essentially able to get 14 Paragon stamps one more time by purchasing the Thronebreaker Daily Special and the Paragon Daily Special. Now, if I was Kabam, I would have just kept the old system in place because you're able to get essentially 2 Paragon stamps per day if you spend twice as much money as usual. You spend $10. And so I will be purchasing the Thronebreaker Daily Specials every day this week to put my money where my strategy is, where this video is. And I know, like, it always makes me uncomfortable to say spend cash. If you can't afford it, don't do it. But if you can't afford the $5 to $10, assuming that Kabam is telling the truth with this, and there's always a little bit of an assumption about that, whether or not that's true, you're going to get 2 Paragon stamp selectors faster than you would for $10 a day. So I will be spending $10 a day. I'll be spending $70 this week on buying all Paragon Daily Specials and Thronebreaker Daily Specials, and then waiting for that exchange to happen. And those will probably be the last Thronebreaker Daily Specials that I'll buy. And from now on, I'll just buy Paragon. So that is my advice for what it's worth, my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.